So let's see one more example of simplex method. Let's say we have this LPP and we want to solve this LPP by the simplex method. So the first step is to make this constraint into the standard form. So x1 plus x2, we make it into an equal to by adding a slack variable. Add slack. Same way we do this for the second constraint. So this comes out to be 3x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 12, and we add a slack plus s2. The objective remains the same. Objective to maximization z equal to 6x1 plus 5x2. The slacks don't have any role in the objective, so that is indicated by 0 times s1 plus 0 times s2. Now the variables are xi's are non-negative from this. Also we have the slack variables also being non-negative. So this is how you convert. Now we make the simplex table. So write the variables. Let's say we write x1, x1, x2 and the slack variables. Slack variables are s1 and s2. Then we have the right hand side. The right hand side is also sometimes called as this is also sometimes called as solution, but we'll just keep it as right hand side. Then we have the column for the basic variable. This is basic variable. On the left we have CB, and also we'll have the column for the ratio, that is theta j. Now we make this table. So this row is called as the Zj minus Cj row. Write the coefficients of the constraints. We have 1, 1. Then for S1 we'll write 1. We don't find an S2 in the first constraint, it is 0. On the right hand side we have 5. Let's say we write 5. Now do this for the second constraint. Second में है 3, फिर 2. Second constraint में S1 नहीं है, so the coefficient is 0 for S1. और एक बार S2 है, the coefficient of 1. On the right hand side you have 12. Basic variable कैसे पता करना है? Basic variable will be identified by the columns of this identity matrix. This is the first column seen under S1. So S1 is the first basic variable. This is the second column for the identity matrix. You write S2 because वो S2 के नीचे मिलता है. S1 के left में क्या लिखना है? Let's write the coefficient of x1, x2, s1, s2 above. जो S इनके कोएफिशिएंट हैं ऑब्जेक्टिव में, तो x1 का कितना ऑब्जेक्टिव में कोएफिशिएंट है? इट इज़ 6. x2 का कितना है? इट इज़ 5. s1 का कितना है? इट इज़ 0. s2 का कितना है? इट इज़ 0. राइट 0. सो s1 के लेफ्ट में क्या लिखना है? 0, विच इज़ दिस 0. s2 के बगल में राइट दिस, जो उसका कोएफिशिएंट था ऑब्जेक्टिव में. नेक्स्ट वी कैलकुलेट zj माइनस cj. सो फॉर दिस एंट्री cb इज़ फिक्स्ड, विच इज़ दिस. CB will remain fixed. इस कॉलम के लिए ये वैल्यूज़ देखनी है. सो मल्टीप्लाई कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग एंट्रीज. तो 0 into 1 plus 0 into 3 minus 6. So that gives you a value of minus 6. So first table में what you can do is simply write the negatives of the first row. तो 6 5 0 0 का नेगेटिव क्या है? minus 6 minus 5 0 0. यहाँ पर क्या आएगा? 0 into this column, which is 0 into 5 plus 0 into 12. So the current value of z is 0. Now which variable would enter? The variable which has the most negative in sign, which in this case comes out to be x1. Now how do you choose the leaving variable? Leaving variable is the ratio of the right hand side with the entering column values. So 5 by 1, similarly 12 by this 3. So कौन सा value छोटा है? This is the smaller one. So this corresponds to S2. So S2, we can write x1 is entering and S2 is leaving. Where are these two arrows meeting? These are meeting at the value equal to, say, this is the value at which this arrow and this arrow's tail is meeting. So what is the pivot row? Pivot row is the second row, and the pivot value is, pivot is 3, pivot row is R2. So the next step is to make the next table for simplex to work. So this is the next table. This is Zj minus Cj. Now S1 remains, but S2 leaves. And what comes if S2 leaves? X1. So S2 की जगह पे X1. S1 के बगल में अभी भी 0, X1 के बगल में 6. Now this is the pivot. So what you can do, what you have to do is row 2 में you have to do row 2 by 3, तभी बनेगा pivot equal to 1. 2 by 3 हो जाएगा ये वैल्यू, 0 का 0 ही रहेगा, 1 का बन जाएगा 1 by 3, 12 का बन जाएगा 12 by 3, that is 4. नाउ इस पिवट के ऊपर आपको चाहिए 0. कैसे बनेगा? अभी इस पिवट के ऊपर आपको 1 दिखता है ये लिखा हुआ, तो क्या करना है, रो 1 इज इक्वल टू माइनस टाइम्स रो 2 प्लस रो 1. सो माइनस 1 प्लस 1 इज 0, माइनस 2 by 3 प्लस 1 is 1 minus 2 by 3, that is 1 by 3. Minus 1 into 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. Minus 1 by 3 plus 0 is minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 into 4 is minus 4, minus 4 plus 5 is 1. So this is the value. Now calculate Zj minus Cj. 0 into 0, so this is the current CB column. So for this entry, take this column and take the dot product of the components. 0 into 0 plus 6 into 1 minus 6. So it gives you a value of 0. यहाँ पर क्या आएगा? 0 into 1 by 3 plus 6 into 2 by 3, that gives you 4. 4 minus 5 is minus 1. तो where is this Cj coming from? Cj ये वैल्यूज है, ये Zj minus Cj. अब नेक्स्ट वैल्यू कैसे आएगी? 0 into 1, see this column. 0 into 1 is 0 plus 6 into 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. ये एंट्री कैसे आएगी? 0 into minus 1 by 3 is 0 plus 6 into 1 by 3 is 2, 2 minus 0 is 2. This entry 0 into 1 is 0 plus 6 into 4 is 24. So the current value for the objective is 24. Now is the optimal table reached? The optimal table is not reached because you have a Zj minus Cj which is negative in sign. So now this is the only value that is negative, so this will only enter. So now what is the variable that is entering? The variable that is trying to enter is x2. Now find out the variable that would leave. वो कैसे करेंगे? See the entering column. ये है entering column और ये है current right hand side. How do you take the ratio? Right hand side divided by the corresponding entry. 1 upon 1 by 3. 4 upon 2 by 3. So this gives you a value of, say, this gives you a value of 3. This is equal to 6. So what is the minimum value? It is 3. So 3 leaves. So if 3 is leaving, what is the variable that is actually leaving? It is S1. So S1 is leaving. यानी कि S1 is leaving, and what is entering? This variable is x2. So x2 is entering. And what is the pivot value? See, this is the entering arrow and this is the leaving arrow. So where are they meeting? They are meeting at 1 by 3. So this value is the pivot value. So we can write it as pivot value is equal to 1 by 3. You can write pivot row as row 1. So we extend this table. एक और बनानी पड़ेगी table. That table is we erase this. ये तो हो चुका. So now कौन सा वेरिएबल आएगा अंदर? S1 जाने वाला है. S1 की जगह आया x2. x1 एज इट इज़ रह गया. x2 के लेफ्ट में क्या आएगा? x2 का कोएफिशिएंट कितना है? 5. ऊपर देखा x1 का कितना कोएफिशिएंट है? इट इज़ 6. ये रहा 6. नाउ दिस इज़ 1 by 3 विच इज़ द पिवट. इसको क्या बनाना है? इसको 1 बनाना है. सो व्हाट डू वी डू? रो 1 में क्या करो? यू मल्टीप्लाई द एंटायर रो 1 by 3. सो दिस विल बी 0, this will become 1, this will become 3, this will become -1 and this will become 3. अब ये वैल्यू पिवट वैल्यू है, ये 1. हमें क्या करना है? इसके नीचे बनाना है 0. नाउ सी, अभी इस 1 के नीचे 0 बनाना है और अभी फिलहाल है क्या? ये 2 by 3 है. तो कैसे बना सकते हो रो 2 में? व्हाट यू कैन डू इज if you multiply the first row by -2/3 and add it to the second row, तो इससे बन जाएगा ये वैल्यू 0. So now do this. So currently we have this. If you multiply this by -2/3, it still remains a -2/0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Now multiply this by -2/3. So what you get is -2. -2 plus 0 is -2. Multiply this by -2/3. So you get a 2/3. 2/3 plus 1/3 is 3/3. That is equal to 1. Multiply this by -2/3. So -2/3 into 3 is what? -2. -2 plus 4 is 2. Now calculate Zj minus Cj. So this is the currently CB column. ये एंट्री निकालने के लिए यूज सी दिस कॉलम एंड टेक द डॉट प्रोडक्ट. 5 into 0 plus 6 into 1 minus 6. So this gives you a value of 0. Next value is 5 into 1 plus 6 into 0 minus 5. So that gives you a value of 0. Now this value 5 into 3 is 15. 15 minus 12, that gives you 3. 3 minus 0 is 3. So मैं इसका बता देता हूँ कैसे लिखा है मैंने ये. 5 into 3 plus 6 into -2. दिस इज Zj माइनस Cj. Cj कहाँ है? थर्ड कॉलम के ऊपर क्या लिखा हुआ है आपने? 0. सो दैट इज़ वाई 15 minus 12 इज 3. सो इस कॉलम के लिए क्या आने वाला है? 5 into -1 इज -5. -5 plus 6 इज 1. 1 minus 0 इज 1. यहाँ पर क्या आने वाला है? 5 into 3 is 15. 15 plus 12 is 27. So now as we can see, the row for the Zj minus Cj is all non-negative. So we have Zj minus Cj is greater than equal to 0 for all j. यानी कि x1 के लिए भी 0, ये रो में जो Zj minus Cj है वो नॉन नेगेटिव है. x2 के लिए भी है, s1 के लिए भी है और s2 के लिए भी. इन चारों के लिए Zj minus Cj is non-negative. This implies optima reached. Optima reached. And what is the optima? The optima value is x2 is equal to 3. So x2 is equal to 3. x1 is equal to 2. x1 is equal to 2. z is equal to 27. So this is the optima. Now there are many interesting properties of this simplex table and the values that are written in here. So let me point out one of them. Now see the z values. In the first table, the z value, the objective value is 0. Then as you did one iteration, the value increased to 24. Then after one more iteration, the value increased to 27. So this is a property of the simplex algorithm. What is that property? For a maximization problem, which we had in this case, see, we had a maximization problem. So for a maximization problem, the z value can never decrease. What I mean to say is, let's say किसी एक आइट्रेशन पे z का वैल्यू was 5 और हम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं एक मैक्सिमाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम. इन द नेक्स्ट आइट्रेशन द वैल्यू कैन बिकम 6, जो कि हो सकता है. बट इफ देर इज अ पैटर्न ऑफ वैल्यूज विच इज लाइक दिस 5 6 6, then the value that you get is say 4. So this pattern cannot be a pattern of any simplex iteration that is solving a maximization problem. वैल्यू कभी भी आगे जाने पे कम नहीं हो सकती है. या तो ये कांस्टेंट रहेगी तो भी चलेगा, बट इसका ये घट जाना पिछले वैल्यू से ये अलाउड नहीं है. सो द मोमेंट देयर इफ यू सी अ ड्रॉप इन द ऑब्जेक्टिव वैल्यू आफ्टर यू हैव परफॉर्म्ड एन आइट्रेशन, दिस इंप्लाइज दैट समथिंग हैज बीन इनकरेक्टली रिटन इन दिस टेबल. आपने कोई गलती कर दी है. For a maximization problem, simplex will always try to increase the value, or if it cannot increase, it will keep the value the same. ये हो सकता है 5 आया पहले में, अगले में भी 5 आया, ये अलाउड है. ये 6 हो गया, ये तो सही है. ये 7 हो रहा है, ये सही है. ये 7 रहता है, ये भी सही है. बट नाउ इफ यू सी अ डिक्रीज, लेट्स से द वैल्यू कम्स आउट टू बी 6, दिस पैटर्न ऑफ z वैल्यूज इज नॉट अलाउड फॉर अ मैक्सिमाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम. द z वैल्यू कैन नेवर इंक्रीज. दिस इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट. एक और पॉइंट क्या है, आप z का वैल्यू पहले टेबल में देखो, z का वैल्यू 0 है और यहाँ पर z का वैल्यू बढ़ के कितना हो गया है, बढ़ के हो गया है 24. सो द इंक्रीज इन द z वैल्यू इज एक्चुअली व्हाट, 24 minus 0. This is the increase. Now what is this 24? If you see in the first table, what was the zj minus cj that was trying to enter? It was minus 6. And what was the leaving variable theta j? It is 12 by 3, which is equal to 4. So anytime the increase is actually the negative of the zj minus cj into the theta j. कैसे आया होगा ये, माइनस ऑफ -6 into 4. So that comes out to be 24, which is the increase. Next you see, यहाँ पे वैल्यू 24 था और वैल्यू बढ़ के कितना हो गया, 27 हो गया. So now what is the corresponding increase? 27 minus 24, that gives you a value of 3. यानी कि 3 यूनिट का इंक्रीज हुआ है आपके पिछले आइट्रेशन से, और ये 3 है, आया कैसे है. Now see, the variable that is trying to enter is this, which has a zj minus cj of -1. And what is the variable that is leaving? It is leaving with a ratio of 3. So if you multiply -1 and 3, so it gives you, what is the increase? Minus of the zj minus cj, which was equal to -1, multiplied by the theta j of the leaving variable. So that comes out to be 3. So what is the point? The increase in your objective value for a maximization problem is equal to minus times of the zj minus cj of the entering variable multiplied by the theta j of the leaving variable. So this is a point that we can see from the simplex iterations कि ये इतना इंक्रीज होता है, इंक्रीज का वैल्यू इतना ही आना है सिंप्लेक्स के टेबल में. So we have seen one more example. Now say you wanted to solve this problem using the graphical method, जो कि हम कर ही सकते हैं क्योंकि दो ही वेरिएबल है यहाँ पे. So what if you had solved this problem using the graphical method? See, graphical method के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, हम ग्राफ बनाते और प्रॉब्लम है आपका, पहली कंस्ट्रेंट क्या है, x1 plus x2 is less than equal to 5, x1 plus x2 is less than equal to 5, then you have this 12 और कंस्ट्रेंट है 3x1 plus 2x2, 6 and 5, 3x1 plus 2x2, 6x1 plus 5x2. ये आपका प्रॉब्लम था जिसे हमने सिंप्लेक्स से सॉल्व किया. लेट्स से यू वांटेड टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम यूजिंग द ग्राफिकल अप्रोच. तो क्या करना पड़ता है, वी हैव टू मेक द रीजन फीजिबल रीजन. लेट्स से दिस इज x1, दिस इज x2. नाउ प्लॉट द फर्स्ट कंस्ट्रेंट. दिस इज अ स्ट्रेट लाइन पासिंग थ्रू, this point is 5, 0 and this point is 0, 5 and the region is towards the origin. Region is towards the origin. So this is the region. Now let's say दूसरी वाली कंस्ट्रेंट प्लॉट करते हैं. So this would pass through, if I put x2 as 0, x1 is 4, x1 is 4, 4, 0. If I put x1 as 0, x2 is 6. So point यहाँ पे कहीं आएगा. So let's join this. So this point is in fact 0, 6 and the region is towards the origin. So effectively what is the region? See, the region is this, this, this and this. So this is the region, feasible region of this problem, with corners being at this point, this point, this point and this point. So इसका क्या कोऑर्डिनेट है, इसका है 0, 0, इसका है 4, 0, इसका है 0, 5. इसका कैसे निकालेंगे, यू मेक दिस these two constraints, solve these two constraints. So if you solve these two constraints, how would you solve? Multiply the first constraint by 3, you get a 15, and now you have this constraint, 2x2 is 12, subtract, so you get x2 equal to 3. If you put this value in the first constraint, you get x1 equal to 2. So this is the point 2, 3. So these are the only 4 corners which are 0, 0. The next one is 4, 0. Next is 0, 5. And the last one is 2, 3. The objective is 6x1 plus 5x2. So objective is 6x1. For the first point, what is the objective? x1 plus 5x2. So this gives you a value of 0 only. If you replace these values, 6 into 4 plus 5 into 0 gives you a value of 24. If you plug this point, so you get 6 into 0 plus 5 into 5, that gives you a value of 25. If you plug in this value, तो 6 into 2 plus 5 into 3 get a value of 27. आपको maximize करना है. So कौन सा value maximum है? The value that is maximum is corresponding to this corner, which is in fact x1 is 2 and x2 is 3. And see, the value that we got was also x1 is 2, x2 is 3, z is 27. तो वो यहाँ पे मिल रहा था. So simplex is actually going from corner to corner to find an optima. Okay, so this was 1 or 2 points that I wanted to make. In the next we'll also see some example that have 3 variables and some more constraints. So that's it for today.